Right, it's Christopher Dixieland Farm, and I haven't bought many records in a long time. Just some kind of thrift store stuff. And I'm going to go into Command Records. This is one of the records I picked up this week at a thrift store. But some of the other things I did buy was I bought this Wagner on Angel box. It's really just a double album, but it was 95 cents with Otto Klemperer. This Schubert on Epic. This was 50 cents, 25 cents, you know. I imagine that's a mono. But this stuff is cool too. And then I also got Ohio players with the horse. So this is just funk, soul. But I do collect Command Records. Command Records was a label made by Enoch Light. Originally it was Grand Award Records, and then Command Records, and then he sold Command Records to ABC, and then he started Project 3. So I'll go through my collection, and these are they're audiophile, and they're lounge, exotica, bachelor pad music, especially the persuasive percussion. I think it says somewhere on here like the most imitated, or yeah, here the most imitated record in the entire history of recording, and that's obviously nonsense, but there is a little truth to it. There's a lot of percussion records out there, and they're usually in this this gatefold single album heavy cardstock kind of thing. And if you see those on any other labels, they're still usually good. Any record where it's got the word percussion in the title is usually something worth picking up. It's usually exotica or lounge music, but good stuff. And Volume 4 I didn't have. And it's going to need a little love. It's going to need a little cleaning. It's doesn't have an inner sleeve. We'll take care of all of that. But let's go ahead and show you the collection. So up here is my exotica, or, you know, tiki-ish stuff. And then here is my Command and Project 3, and then we go into Phase 4. Phase 4 is kind of an imitator of Command Records, and then that goes down into here. And then we get the stereo action stuff, and then we've got the knockoffs. So this is on directional sound, but again, this nonsense stuff is pretty good. So let's pull out the records, flip through, and see what we got. So the record, I think this is the one that started it all, me collecting. This was in my grandfather's basement for 40 years, and I grabbed it. And yeah, so Persuasive Percussion, 1966. And then we've got Provocative Percussion. Persuasive Percussion Volume 2. Enoch Light presents Patterns in Sound. This is went on Project 3. So only a single sleeve there. Very unusual. Doc Severinsen from the Tonight Show. High and wide, wonderful, yeah. Tony Mottola is also one of those players you'll see a lot on Command Records. A guitarist. The only Ray Charles Singers album that I have, there are a couple more out there, but they're terrible. Even though they're on Command and I collect them, you know, I can't collect crap. But I liked this cover, so I grabbed it. A New World of Stereo, Sound in the Eighth Dimension. And this one, you can see it kind of gives you actual spots of what players are where in the stereo picture. Enoch Light Command Performances. The Tempestuous Trumpet of Doc Severinsen. $1 Million Sound with the world's most precious violins. And then we got just a sampler record here. Ah, I lied. Another Ray Charles Singers. Bongos, flutes, and guitars. That's a good one. As is bongos, bongos, bongos. Pertinent Percussion Cha-Chas. Tony Mottola again. Got more Enoch Light, Faraway Places, Reeds and Percussion, Fiesta, another provocative percussion, Around the World in Percussion, but not a command record. You got misfiled, pal. Another sampler. More Tony Mottola. More Ray Charles singers. I guess I was wrong. Maybe I do have them all. Delicado. The soft, subtle, and sophisticated sounds of Lou Davies and his orchestra. Doc Severinsen command performances. Explosive Brass Impact, Volume 2. And here we go into the later material of Project 3. We got Enoch Light and the Brass Menagerie with a Va Va Voom cover. Another Lou Davies. So let's get that in order. And we got 21 Trombones with Irby Green. More Tony Mottola. More Tony Mottola. More Tony Mottola, but on Project 3. And we get that psychedelic, groovy kind of cover. And then just a little, what? Oh, cover that up. Enoch Light. Film on film. So these are all just movie themes. Action, 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 action. Spanish Strings. Film fame, some more film stuff done by Enoch Light and the Light Brigade. The True Blues on Project 3. And then we got Command Classic, so this is some classical. And it's a sampler. Electrodynamics with Dick Hyman and the Lowry organ. Dick Hyman also performs under the name Knuckles O'Toole, so you'll see that, and that's when he plays ragtime. And great pianist. Near East Brass. And then we got this Tony Mottola. We also have Dick Hyman on the Moog album and the Age of Electronicus. These are on the ABC Command records. I also have this Sears box set, and believe it or not, it's got Persuasive Percussion number 4. So I already had the record, sort of. Takes up an entire cube there. So I'm certainly happy to add Persuasive Percussion. And this stuff usually is, besides being exotica or lounge or bachelor pad music, it's usually bonkers. They're great musicians, and they usually do something really weird to the music. So they're worth seeking out. You can get these 50 cents or $1, so I paid $1 for this. And we're going to clean it and let you take a listen. There's a lot of standards here, like Besame Mucho and My Blue Heaven. So how about we do My Blue Heaven? Well, got also In the Mood. But with percussion. Nice. Yeah. Let's check it out. Okay, we're just cleaning the record with the Groove Master. Hit it with the scrubbing bubbles. Take the painter pad. Get in those grooves. Give it a rinse. And the wipe down. It has been a long time since I played a record. So long, it was back when Zach was here. I remember putting this record on for him, because it was a copy that he gave me, and I was showing off how the Click Repair computer was able to basically save that record. So, months. It's been months. I'm going to boot up the Click Repair computer and get this thing going. What do you think, right? I mean, this stuff is great. And of course, it sounds fantastic. Huge stereo separation. So, that's the vinyl finds I've got so far this year in 2019.